All right, so I'm here with Jessica. Jessica, how old are you?
31.
Are you originally from Arizona?
Yes, I'm from Apache Junction, Arizona.
And what's your current situation right now?
I'm homeless. I've been homeless since the coronavirus. I had a job as a secretary for the CEO of the water plant in Apache Junction. I lost a job due to the COVID shit that came up. I ended up losing the job. So I've been homeless ever since I lost the job.
Where do you stay at now? Are you staying at Cass?
No, I do not stay at Cass. Cass is not what it used to be.
Yeah.
It does not help people. They just give you a hand out, not a hand up. And that's what I need, is a hand up. So I'm just mobile. I move around. I don't stay in one place for a long time. It's easy to get caught that way. If you're homeless, don't stay in one place for a long time. You'll get caught.
So how long have you been homeless? Did I ask you that already?
No, 15 and a half years.
You've been homeless for 15 years.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. It sucks. But I live day to day, and I'm surprised I'm still alive today. I should have been dead a long time ago. But I think God has something planned for me, and that's why I'm still here.
Do you have family out here?
My family disowned me in 2008.
Is that because of substances?
Yes.
How long have you been struggling with substances?
15 years.
15 years. So is that the reason for the homelessness?
Not all the way. The other reason is because my twin sister was murdered.
Okay.
The case became murder-suicide. But I still can't get the reason why her being decapitated was her being suicidal. You can't do that on yourself. There's no way in how you can decapitate yourself that way. The brakes were clipped. Someone clipped the brakes. I used to be a really heavy street racer illegally as a teenager. And she lost control of the car. We flipped 17 times back to the side of South Mountain. Her car's still sitting there today, but she's dead and I'm still here. My back was split into two, and I was in the desert for 3 months.
So you were there
For 3.
Mm-hmm. You were riding the vehicle?
I saw her head get separated from her body. But there were 3 cases of blood on that fucking car. Mine, hers, and another person that clipped the brakes. It became a cold case. No one could find the murderer. I'm not gonna die until I find her, person that killed her. That way I can go away in peace. I'm not ready to die yet, not until I get her revenge. She was 16. She didn't even get to live her life like I am right now. She was like the love of my life, even though she was an hour early. I was an hour behind her.
Were you guys identical twins?
We were. Just the difference, my head bulged out a little bit more than hers. Daddy. Different daddies, same moms.
Sorry. That's really rough, man.
Oh, it is. It is. Trying to live your life, thinking maybe it was your fault that she's dead. And at the same time thinking there is someone else involved, but you don't know who. All you know is he's a Chicano or a Puerto Rican, he's 6'1", and he's white. That's it, all I know. If I knew he was gonna kill her, I would have gotten rid of him a long time ago. She would have been here with me today. If I could rewind that day, I would. That would change everything. Now I can't. It's too late. 6 years too late.
So what have you been doing to
Cope.
survive out here all
And
those
cope.
15 years?
Get high and push on every day. That's all you can do.
How do you get your money out here?
If I'm desperate, like I am with you, unfortunately, thanks to be the God, it was this and not the other. I'm a working girl. I'll either do blowjobs or set protective sex. I always have condoms on me. But I would do that to get a little bit of cash. But that's only if I'm desperate. But if I get lucky enough, I get what I need right there. Easy peasy. I have a lot of friends that are OGs out here. So I get along with them more. So they're easy to freezy. Front me when I need it.
Have you been working ever since you were homeless?
Every once in a while, yes, I do get a side job. Every once in a while, I'm babysitting some dogs or I'm babysitting some couple kids. You know.
But I mean, like doing the dates, have you been doing them since
Since?
you went homeless?
Yes.
Okay.
Have I caught anything? Thank be to God, no, not yet. And it's not planning on to happen anytime soon. I stay protected every time.
What kind of dangers do you face doing that type of work?
The guard locking his doors and putting tape over my mouth and tying me up and saying, "You're mine." Just those words will be enough to make me flip. I've had one time where I had my red torch before it got stolen. I blowtorched the guy's fucking seatbelt. And then I opened up the door and jumped out the truck while it was still running, and I tucked and rolled. I blowtorched the fucking seatbelt off so I can get out. Torches have saved my life, I don't know how many different times. Unfortunately, that thing got stolen from me. If you didn't leave the car in the guy's car, if you didn't leave your bag in the guy's car, you would have still had your bag. Idiot. You make your own mistakes, you learn from them, and you move on.
And how dangerous is it in general out here just wandering around on Van Buren?
You have to look behind yourself to think that maybe somebody's walking behind you. And having that kind of scare puts something in you that you don't think is even real. You can make something out of nothing in this little brain of yours. Just something very small and make it huge. Just to scare yourself. Sometimes you kind of have to scare yourself to stay straight. Sometimes you have to scare yourself to, oh, maybe I'm doing too much. Other than that, keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, keep your senses tingling. Because if you can't hear the person while you're sleeping, you can definitely feel them. I go plain deaf when I go to sleep. So I will feel you walking across in front of me. I won't hear you, but I'll feel you. I'll wake up. You always have to be on your toes when you're out here. Someone can easily walk up and kill you. Just take your shit. I face that every day. I'm scared to death every night, thinking that's going to happen to me. If it does, well, at least I went down fighting. I'm not going to let a man take advantage of me. Not ever. Again. I was molested from 9 to 18, so it wasn't a fun life. I was in the system, in and out of the system. Became a high school dropout when I became homeless.
Were you raised in the system? Did you get
Since I was a 6-month-old child.
Okay.
My biological mom gave me up. It was either my biological dad leaving and being dead, or me leave and he stays alive. I left. My mom gave me up. I ended up moving on with my life and never got to see my mom ever again.
Was the abuse going on at the foster home?
All the time. I was mostly with the foster parents. They didn't know how to take care of the children. They would start beating the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
For something stupid, too. Oh, excuse me. Like when I was a kid, I filled up my fucking water bottle with sand. My babysitter beat the fuck out of my head with my water bottle that had the dirt in it. I had dirt all over my hair. All over me. That's how much abuse I dealt with. My mom saw me all dirty. She took me home, gave me a bath, and she sued the person. Never won, but it's the thought she tried. Yeah. It's a rough life out here. I wouldn't recommend anybody to get this life. And if you do end up getting this life, please follow your gut, follow your heart. You don't, you're dead. There's plenty of times where I should have followed my gut. Instead, I didn't. I followed my heart and I got hurt. Just about, I think it was last week, those bowling pin torches. If you've seen those in smoke shops, they're like $35. The bottom part of it popped out and a ball of flame came in my face. God had me right there, and I knew he did. Even though everything went up in flames in front of me and got me, of course, if you can tell, 3rd-degree burns all over my face right here. All right here was 2nd degree. But I could have been dead. I could have been a whole lot worse. It could have been worse. I could have been one of those tints you see at cats that are pretty black, crisp. I could have been in that predicament. But I think God saves my life every time something like that happens, close to it happens. I know God's my back. Because nothing bad or drastic has happened to me yet. Since my accident, I have not had anything drastic happen to me. And I think it's because God wants me here for a reason, and there's something he wants me for, but I don't know what it is yet. I don't know if it's to be around a person till they die, or am I dying soon? Or something? Or am I supposed to save a child? I don't know what my job is to be out here.
Jessica, what kind of substances do you use? Do you mess with the blues?
Yes, I do, unfortunately.
What about the G?
G and weed. Weed was my drug of choice when I first came out here in 2008, and then I moved up to G. And then when I was in jail for 3 months and got out, I said, what the hell? That's when I hooked up to the blues. I've been addicted to blues for about 2 years.
2 years? And I don't want to be rude or anything, but is that why you have the
Not all of it.
scabs on your face?
Not all of it. Some of it was from the torch.
Yeah.
And picking at myself when I smoke G.
Okay.
That's why you see me doing it now. It's because of the G. I did a huge shot this morning. So I'm kind of, I'm a little hyped up, I'll be honest. I'm a little nervous too still. And just my heart's doing this. And I can feel it. Because my heart's pounding like crazy because of the G. That's why I need the sugar to kind of bring the hyperness down, bring my sugar back up. As you notice, I look a lot different now since I've had that. That saved my life. That was semi-cold soda that someone left on the ground. I got it while it was still cold. I said, bullseye. Right when I needed it, too. My sugar was really fucking low. I was about to pass out. If that didn't show up in my pathway, I don't think I know what to do.
When I rolled up to you, you were actually pretty happy that I asked you for an interview.
I actually am, because not very many people want to hear my side of the story. They don't give a shit about us homeless. We're just pests.
I get this all the time. That they say that I'm exploiting people.
No.
Coming out here, just to try to use them for clout. What would you say to those kind of people?
To those kind of people, you want to do these interviews because you want those youngsters to be scared enough to not come out here. There's 16, 15-year-old, 14-year-olds dying because of these blues. They ain't counting this year. Over 9 million people have died due to these blues. I had a girl die out of my arm. She fell right from underneath my arm. Died right there on the ground. Because of a blue that wasn't good. And I still do it. So kids out there, he ain't pestering nobody. He's trying to save lives. And hearing testimonies from like me or anybody else out there, just listen and learning our heathens. Get off those blues while you got the chance. Because if you don't know if you're going to wake up the next morning. Because I say, thank you, Lord, that I woke up above room temperature today. If I didn't, I don't know what I would do.
All right, Jessica, thank you. I really do appreciate it. Are you okay with me using your story on my YouTube channel?
I don't give a fuck. just let me know when it's posted up or something I can connect to so I can see it myself.
Okay.
I kind of want to see it because my man would probably be really happy. He'd see it too. He's kind of like my boy toy, but still kind of like my man. But I wanted to see it.
Just in case some of my subscribers want to reach out to you with any sort of help or any donations or anything
Or any
like that,
advice?
do you have
An email?
any social media? Yeah, where they
I
can
do
reach-
have an email. It's all lowercase. Jessica, JESSICA 666 2020 2022 at gmail.com.
All right, thank you, Jessica. I appreciate
You can
it.
find me on Facebook too.
What is your Facebook?
Same thing. You'll just see a picture of me.
Okay, thank you, Jessica. Appreciate it.